Relay my transmission to the onboard computer and have it rebroadcast as emergency PA. Document into the air hat. I repeat, do not...
Command? But I'm taking command of the Endurance. And then we can talk about completing the mission.
Dr. Mann, listen to me.
This is not about my life or Cooper's life. This is about all mankind. There is a moment.
See, what we call God depends upon our tribe, Clark Joe. Because God is tribal. God takes sides. No man in the sky intervened when I was a boy to deliver me from Daddy's fist and abominations. I figured out way back. God is all powerful. He cannot be all good.
Something, isn't it? We men in Kansas live on a pancake, so we come to the mountains. All downhill from here. Down to the floodplain, where I'm at the bottom of the world. I remember one season the water came bad. I couldn't have been 12. Dad had out the shovels and we went at it all night. We worked till I think I fainted. We managed to stop the water. Save the farm. The grandma baked me a cake, so that was a hero. Later that day we found out we blocked the water all right. We sent it upstream. All night water washed away. Well, I ate my hero cake there. Horses were drowned. I used to hear them whining in my sleep. Did the nightmares ever stop? Yeah. When I met your mother, she gave me faith that there's good in this world. She was my world.
Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network, and welcome to Night Shift with Skywalker and Stino.
Hey, I don't even think you heard that from the last show, huh?
Nah.
That was your first time hearing that little extra part, huh?
Yeah. I must say, that definitely hit different. And in addition to that, it feels great to be Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It really does, man. That seems like a situation that I would be caught up in. I only hope that I would react with such military precision.
Facts, right? 100%. Man, shouts out to all y'all out there, man. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us, rocking out We appreciate that. Much love, much love. We are here today talking about Bad Boys Ride or Die, yo.
Yes, sir.
This is a franchise that is very near and dear to both of our hearts. It's something that we didn't grew up with, right?
Bad boys.
Hey,
What you gonna do?
hey, back up, put the gun down, and give me a pack of tropical fruit, bubblicious, and some Skittles. Right? Ever since the first one, bro. Nah, we've been hooked, and we've definitely seen all of the films, and we're definitely going to see this one. So we're here to talk about it tonight with you guys.
Yeah, man. Nice to see that Skittles remained a major player.
Right?
Yeah.
Definitely. Skittles definitely still got some love. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Had to drop a bag too, but come on.
Right. Wait, hold up. Matter of fact, let me. Is that just actually? Let me. I'm gonna add another topic. That just made me think about something. All right. Let's go. I'm gonna put that right there. All right. But what's going on to everybody in the chat? We already got a few of the homies already pouring in here. We got Sin Havoc. What's going on? Is Sin Havoc? What's going on, big dog? We got Floyd Lawton in the building, aka Deadshot, the man that never misses. You dig? We got Floyd Lawton in the building. Big Will Smith fan. So yeah, man. We about to talk about this film real quick. And we are excited to be here talking about it. You dig? Shout out to Charles Briggs in the building, DC Talk. Josh Herrera, what's going on, Josh? How you feeling, bro? Hope you're having a great day. Hey, Josh gonna be out here for the Cool Table meetup in August, bro. You know what I'm saying? He already got his tickets and all that.
Oh, I'm in there.
Hey, but that's the thing, though, bro. Is that it's gonna be a great day, and whoever is in the vicinity is gonna have a wonderful time. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
For sure.
In the city too, man.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah.
Man,
for sure. Right, man. Much love all y'all out there. That's already in the building. You dig? Let's do a little bit of housekeeping, and then we'll get on with the show. Make sure you guys are liking the content, sharing it out, subscribing, hitting that notification bell so that you know when I'm going live. You dig? Night Shift is really becoming one of my favorite shows over here. Yo, we be over here. It's great energy. Love talking about these topics with the homie. You know what I'm saying?
Cutting up, dog. Cutting up.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun. So to make sure that you guys are liking the content and sharing it out, all that good stuff. I ain't got to keep repeating that. You know what I'm saying? I am the originator of the hashtag #SellZSJL, the Netflix movement. You know what I'm saying? Often imitated, but not to be duplicated. You dig? And the Syndicate Network has been over there holding it down. You know what I'm saying? And pushing ZSSM forward fully and with a full head of steam ever since we started this thing.
10 toes.
Yeah, stayed 10 toes down whole time. Never.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show me.
Man. Hey, I was thinking we actually should do a reaction to that concert.
Man, when is it?
Juneteenth.
Wow. I keep
yeah. But
when we get off, I'll look into tickets again.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
I know I was acting funny.
It's only resale now, and like it's crazy.
They going double.
Yeah. So we can just react.
I'll see what I can do. It's in LA.
They stream it on Amazon. You dig?
Yeah, I mean it's in LA, so I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But if you do want to rock out with these hashtags, just make sure you follow the rules of engagement, which are being positive, not mixing the hashtags, and not quoting, tweeting, replying to anything like that. Anybody over at WBD, which is included but not limited to James Gunn. You dig?
aka the ops.
We always got to say that, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And look, let me say this too, because it's like been a lot of confusion going around lately. So I want to clarify something, because it's like, dude, it's been a lot of people, or I ain't gonna say a lot of people, but there's been certain people trying to like act like that us over here are or would have a problem with Zack Snyder like going back to Warner Brothers in any kind of capacity and working with them, right? And it's just funny because like we've said from the jump that we didn't care who facilitated this thing. The only reason that we were strictly having a conversation with Netflix was because of the fact that we had been talking to that other company for years, right? And had gotten no results, and had not only not gotten any results, but it actually been mocked, made fun of, taken advantage of in like several ways, forms, and fashions, right? So when we decided to have this new conversation, we just felt it pertinent to keep talking to the only place that was really showing us love and showing Zach love. We just made a lot of sense, right? So like, this rewriting of narratives to try to say that we have a problem with, or would have a problem with, Zach going back to Warner Brothers, I think it's disingenuous at best, and I'm not going to say what it would be at worst. So I just wanted to kind of clarify that, because I have seen a little bit of that going around the timeline. You dig? So I don't know. I just had to touch on that. But also, what were you gonna say?
I mean, it comes with the territory. I mean, in terms of whether or not WBD was the one to facilitate, the vision or whatever, it's about how you deal with the artists, right? How you deal with the people. You know what I mean? If it's about inserting narratives and then inserting your vision into whatever somebody else is doing, then we're probably gonna try to go elsewhere.
Yeah, right. Like if you're gonna mock the fan base that is giving you money, you know what I'm saying, and openly chide them and rib them, and you know what I'm saying, make fun of them. Like, yo, I mean, how long before one would say, okay, maybe we should just take our conversation elsewhere?
All lies will be exposed.
Right. Hey, 2024.
All lies will be exposed.
You know what I'm saying? All them big demons.
Y'all, you big dick demons.
Hey, anyway, ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube and Twitter /X is where you guys should be following. Whoever donates the most in forms of super chats per stream will be sponsoring a following stream, such as the homie Curly Ray right now. And make sure that you guys head on over to inktothepeople.com/sales ZSJL. Copy you a shirt with some excellent messaging on it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't get these cartoons and cereal shirts. These are gone. These was a limited run. You know what I'm saying? But yes, make sure that y'all head on over there right now and cop some more shirts and support a great cause in the process, like AFSP, the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, because contrary to popular belief, that is where all the proceeds go. We don't see any of that money. You know what I'm saying? So just let's tap in with the chat real quick, and then we'll get started with the show.
Yeah, let's get them. Let's see what they're talking about.
See, the audio is in effect. Yeah, what's going on, bro? Right? Yeah, we ain't doing no spoilers in the chat, but Charles said all I have to say is the Reggie scene is absolute cinema. We're gonna get to that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, the scene with Reggie is hysterical from Bad Boys 2. Yeah, that's one of the most classic moments.
Classic.
Right? Motherfucker, you look dirty.
Oh man.
Right. You ever made love to a man? No. You want to? Right. Yo, crazy, God, bro. Nah, great stuff, man. Great stuff. We got Sin Havoc saying there's been some wacky behavior, huh?
Classic, bro. Classic.
Yeah. The paid ops / students. This is a weird behavior. Hey, y'all know what's up. But let's go ahead and get started with the show. I didn't want to kind of make this a topic per se, but I did want to address this just at the beginning. Will Smith, bro. Like, there's been like it's been kind of weird, bro. Like, I've been seeing that people seem to be upset that this movie is doing well, you know, and it makes it to where I almost wanted to do better because I see how much hate that this dude is getting. It makes no sense that people seem to be so upset that this movie is making money. It seemed as if we've had multiple people that have come out and tried to talk bad about Will Smith right around the release of this film, and trying to bring up things like what happened with the Chris Rock stuff, and Stephen A. Smith sitting there saying that he just still can't forgive him and he still can't I'm like, bro, like, we all moved on, bro. Like, yo, man, that's between Will and Chris. Like, I didn't get slapped. You didn't get slapped. Stephen A. didn't get slapped. Like, that's between them two men right there.
Hey, look, man. Early streams, I talked about fake outrage.
Yeah.
People acting like they worried about shit that you know and I know.
And I know.
And we all know. They ain't worried about that. You don't care about this shit. You're just talking crazy. This is a talking head. You know what I mean? And like, yo, respect to Stephen A's career. He's paved the way as a sports journalist, transcended sports journalism, and is now just an entity all his own. You know what I mean? But in all seriousness, even if Chris Rock is the homie, like, what is the expectation for you to forgive him? Other than to push the public away from forgiving Chris from forgiving him. Why is this a topic on SportsCenter?
Right? It makes no sense, bro. No sense, man.
Will ain't got a bucket since he was on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was a bucket at Bel-Air Academy, but he ain't scored a bucket since.
Facts, bro.
He was kissing cheerleaders with the ball at half court.
Floyd said, if they can't cancel Will,
you can't, bro.
Will Smith is a G. He said Stephen A. need to shut the hell up. We got Ultra Fresh saying, I moved on the day of the slap. Chris, a grown man, he could have fought back. That's facts, yo. Like, I ain't about to let a motherfucker come slap me on stage.
Respectfully to Chris Rock, bro, I'm catching a fade.
Facts. Right there.
Off top. We going to commercial. Man, we going to commercial. Greatest moment in TV history is about to happen. Unfortunately, you're about to have to see two black men fighting on TV. It's unfortunate. We didn't want to be here. You know what I mean?
But
we didn't ask to be here.
And I wouldn't have blamed Chris for that. I would have blamed Will.
We here now, though.
You know what I'm saying? But hey.
I can even understand Chris sitting still and then the slap coming, bam, receiving the hit. Because you don't think that Will Smith is about to come and slap you on live TV, right? Took the slap like a G.
Soon after that,
man, it's up. It's up there, man.
Because I know that this ain't no skit. You know what I'm saying? If I'm Chris Rock, right? Like, I know that this ain't no skit. So
it's up, brother.
We got Pet Brett saying, I just didn't think anybody under 40 was going to go to Bad Boys 4. Hey, we both under 40, you know what I'm saying? And,
excuse me.
And we was in there, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of people under 40 that was in the theater.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt.
Floyd said Stephen A. talking about Will owes the black community an explanation. Whole time we've been over it. Facts, bro.
Ain't no man. Man, we've been seeing motherfuckers get slapped for a long time, bro.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
We ain't seeing folks 100%. Get slapped. We ain't seen folks get slapped for less.
Said, I still think that the slap was staged. Hey, even if it was, cool, but that means that we shouldn't be mad at Will Smith no more, right? Like, why is we on TV trying to denigrate this man and trying to tell people don't go see this movie?
Facts. And when we talking about the skit backstage, I'm going to make sure that we add in the part in which it turned into a fade.
Right now, that'd definitely been
we
right in the
orchestrating
script
that.
too.
We putting that in my contract for sure.
Charles Austin said
Not
Stephen ain't need to worry
allowed to
about.
lose fights to Will Smith.
He said Stephen ain't need to worry about his hairline sunsetting instead of Will.
He know Bron. Hey, man, Bron is a phone call away.
All right, Max. Hey, he said Chris Rock deserves getting the dog. Hey, come on.
Hey, look.
Man.
Hey, listen, bro. Look. Let me respond to that. Right. Put that back up. I just want to see it while I talk about it.
Hey.
I didn't necessarily feel like Chris Rock needed to get the shit slapped out of him, but once he got slapped and didn't do nothing, it didn't make me feel like he didn't need to get the shit slapped out of him.
Nah, facts.
It didn't give me the opposite effect.
Right. Osa said, to be honest, people were still laughing at the slap until Will was screaming at Chris. That's what really created the awkward silence.
Facts. Yep. Facts. Don't you wish you would have slapped The Rock on stage?
Hey. People sitting there like, he wouldn't have slapped The Rock. Hey, I don't know. I just know that one dude got slapped and one dude did the slapping, and we had never seen nothing like that before. You know what I'm saying? So,
we might have seen
I don't know,
an actual rock bottom on stage.
Yeah, because they would have had to throw down. I'm sure The Rock wouldn't have let that happen.
No way.
No way.
No way.
Lord Will Jesus. Just might have had to eat that beating. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
And Jada wouldn't have cared neither way.
Right? Nah, facts.
He probably would have had to hear about that ass whooping in the car ride home.
Yo, Will is like Will was in a sunken place.
Bro. It was great to see him in the way that I'm used to seeing him, bro.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know how badly I needed to see him as Mike Lowry again.
Yeah.
But it was necessary. But Mike Lowry was necessary.
Yeah, for sure. So we're not gonna go into like full spoilers or anything.
Yeah.
But it's not like really a secret. The beginning of the movie, it kind of opens with Mike Lowry is getting married, right? So it's a whole other side of him that you're not really used to seeing. That was also something that I really thought that this movie did well, right? Is that you saw a lot of characters in ways that you hadn't really been used to seeing them, but they were still in character with how they were before in the prior films, right?
Yeah. None of it was forced, although they were in different roles to a certain degree. None of it was forced.
Yeah, none of it. I also think that there was a lot of things that was put into this film that kind of mirrored certain situations in real life with these guys, right? And I think it did a fantastic job of kind of weaving in those real life storylines into the film, right? Because we're sitting there talking about the slap, and they kind of play. There's a scene that really plays into that, and it's actually really funny,
right?
You know,
if you know Martin Lawrence's past, and in general and more specifically his exit from Hollywood, and when you watch the film, you'll be able to see some correlations to that. And I mean, I really want to say, I really think that like the real kudos go to him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, man.
Like this is one of his best like portrayals of a character in a film.
Yeah.
You definitely get to see a different side of him. It's a lot of the same, so it's not off base. It's not forced, like we said about any of the characters who are kind of in a bit of a different role, or some semblance of the same role, just a bit different. But man, I think he really like he really made it for me. Like he was, he killed it.
Yo, and that was something else that I was kind of hearing. People were kind of saying that they didn't want to go see the film because they felt like Martin Lawrence was really like dealing with some stuff in like real life. and they felt like, oh, you know, like they kind of like propped him up in this movie, like to do something that he really shouldn't have been doing. And I think that couldn't be further from the truth, man. He did so great in this film. And I think that he really had a lot of insight into the script and where Marcus really went as a character. I really do, because this seemed like the most personal out of all the Bad Boys films. Would you kind of agree with that statement?
Yeah. I mean, this one, I think Bad Boys 3 made an attempt at being like full circle to a degree. You know what I mean? But I think this one did and I'll be honest, I like the third one. It wasn't
I did too.
It wasn't my
Yeah.
favorite. You know what I mean? My order. I mean, now, well, I guess we can do that at the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of ranking them, I think we all know that number 2 is like the house favorite.
Yeah.
Would you say so?
Oh yeah. Bad Boys 2 is known as like the best one out of all of them. But yeah, we'll get to the rankings at the end.
The devil is not welcome here.
You gotta call yourself the devil in this house, right?
Oh man, but no. Before we move on, real quick to that point that you were just making, about Martin, they could have so easily gone the Chadwick Boseman route if that was true. If they felt like he was dealing with something so dangerous, or not necessarily dangerous, or something so concerning, you know what I mean, from a health related standpoint, then why not go to Chadwick Boseman route? You know what I mean? If you were actually interested in selling the movie, or then that could have been a talking point, or you could have completely stayed quiet about that. Mum's the word, and he could have got to, add the final, put the final chapter and the cap on the movie. I don't necessarily know that that's what this is. You know what I mean? There are feelings that's possible, but you never know. You know what I mean? You thought it might be that way after 3. So yeah, man, I think that was strategic.
Yeah.
I think that was strategic. And then after not talking about this will thing for so long, I think bringing that back up and making that a topic of conversation, where it's like, okay, what's the demographic of people that are going to want to see this movie, right? It's probably going to be guys in that 18 to because it's Michael Bay, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
there can be some explosions and whatnot. So guys in that 18 to 45 range, you know what I mean? That sort of thing. Sorry, well, what are they watching? What are they watching on TV?
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's going to consume.
You know what? Maybe even a little bit older, right? Too, because my pops is really bad.
I agree. You know what I mean?
But that's why it transcends so many age gaps.
But what are we watching though?
So many age groups.
What are we watching? ESPN, Sports Center.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
So, because it makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense for him to be out there saying that.
It makes no sense for us to be having that conversation.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. It's just a lot of weirdness going on surrounding this film, and the fact that it seems to be making some money and had like over $100 million weekend seems to be making some people pretty upset. So, but it's just weird because I thought that the theaters was dying and we supposed to be championing stuff being in theaters and making money, right? So it's like, is it about us making money or not? You know?
Yeah. Did they say that film was going to be in theaters for a limited time, like a very short period? Was it only supposed to be in in theaters for a very short period of time?
Nah, I think it's getting like a. Nah, I think it was getting.
It's getting a full run. Okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to get a full run. I feel like I heard otherwise, but I'll look.
Charles says for me 4-2-1-3. Hey, we're gonna get to the rankings at the end of the show, right? But then we got Necron saying Emmett Smith stole Martin's wife. Crazy. I know.
That.
But that's wild.
I know. I saw that too, bro.
I did not. That's crazy. And then Osa Fresh says Bad Boys 2 had the perfect balance of action and comedy. That's also my favorite one out of the franchise. Yeah. Yeah, 2 was definitely like 2 definitely hit different. You know what I'm saying? So but we're gonna see. I wanted to kind of break this thing down into sections. First, I want to talk about the humor, man. How was the humor hitting for you? Were the jokes landing? Like, was it funny? Did the joke seem in character? You know what I'm saying? Was it a whole bunch of woke stuff going on? Like, how was the humor landing for you? In terms of this being a buddy cop movie, right?
Yeah. No, man, everything was on point, in my opinion. Everything was fire, bro. Everything was fire. I was laughing like literally out loud most of the movie. Martin's character killed it, and then the way that Will's character's changing up a bit, and everybody fits so well in their roles. I didn't feel like I was just watching an old Bad Boys movie. You know what I mean? I felt like I was really watching a new idea with some perfect callbacks to a classic film that I obviously love. You know what I mean? I didn't feel like it was cheesy, which I feel like 3 teeters a little bit more on the cheesy side.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I don't feel like this was that. I mean, it was fire. It was fire.
Yeah, I think a lot of the jokes landed, man. A lot of the people in my theater was laughing. I was hearing people laughing out loud all throughout the screening. Man, just a lot, and yeah, it really did kind of. It got back to the actual funny buddy cop aspects and not as cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that with them being a little bit older and seeing them mature in their friendship and seeing how they care about one another in like these different ways, you know, it was just so dope, right? Because you see how Will is trying to get through to Marcus in a certain aspect, right? And Marcus isn't really listening. And then you have Marcus that's trying to get through to Will on this other aspect, and Will's not really listening, right? So
Rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Right? Huh?
Rightfully so.
But he ended up being right.
That's fair. You got to figure out a better way.
I feel it. You know what I'm saying? But
you got to figure out a better way.
Hey, you were supposed to just feel what he was saying.
It's ride or die.
Right?
So we ain't going back and forth about it. If I say it's a go, it's a go.
Yeah, for sure, right? So yeah, I think a lot of the jokes landed, man.
Me too.
And there was a lot of great humor. I think that the writing was great. Yeah, once again, it was dope. Like, I really can't express enough how much I enjoyed seeing them as like old Marcus and old Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that was just super dope. And it kind of got to, or it brought itself to another thing, but we're going to talk about that later. Knowing how well that the humor worked, I want to ask you, where does this kind of fall for you in terms of the pantheon and just overall buddy cop movies, man? Like, because the Bad Boys franchise with this film, it's officially like kind of crossed over and made $1 billion now.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
So where does this kind of fall for you, man, with the buddy cop aspect? Because like, this is a damn funny movie, man, and it really just gave me that classic buddy cop feel at a high level with this humor, having these two guys in these roles. So you want to kind of speak to that a bit?
Yeah. I mean, now you know me. You asked me to rank something, so you know I'm gonna take it serious. Now, are we talking like these? This is like, are we talking the whole franchise? By the way, or are we talking about this?
Yeah. No. Just the franchise, right?
Franchise
in terms of like Bad Boy, like you got your Lethal Weapons, you got your
48 hours.
Look
at you. Come on, man, get in there.
Right.
You also have Rush Hour.
Rush Hour.
You know what I mean? From a I don't know if you want to count Beverly Hills Cop, because Beverly Hills Cop is a
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Because
he does have a partner.
because he pretty much has partners. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
He has the two other
Doom,
cops, right?
doom, 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 doom. Hey, now Bad Boys 1 was so fire too.
It is, bro.
I have Bad Boys probably like I probably have Bad Boys number 2.
Behind
Number 2.
Rush Hour. Rush Hour is probably your
Yeah.
number 1. Huh?
Oh man, no, it's really tough. It's really tough. It's 2 or 3. I honestly think Lethal Weapon is number 1.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Lethal Weapon is just so classic, bro. Danny Glover, Mel Gibson, when
I feel it.
like him popping his shoulder out of place. He did that multiple
Yeah.
times, bro. They tied this thing to his feet, locked him, threw him underwater in diplomatic immunity. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Boy underwater, breaks his shoulder up against a piece of coral at the bottom of the ocean. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was raw. That was raw. So I don't know, man. It's definitely top 3 for sure. Top 3 for sure, and it's teetering on that second spot against Rush Hour, because Rush Hour is extremely classic. But hey, man, I ain't gonna lie, Rush Hour got some explaining to do. They got to come through. Rush Hour
Yeah,
gonna have to
I
come
would
through with this other
say
movie,
what
and it's got
Lethal
to be
Weapon
fire.
did. Yeah, Lethal Weapon was also able to stay consistent, right? And what it was 4 that brought in Jet Li. That was the first one that had Jet Li in it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not mistaken, but yeah,
Riggs.
right. And then when Joe Pesci joined Lethal Weapon, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, right. I don't know, man.
Where do you have it?
I don't even know where I got it, bro.
Hey, look,
Because
you gotta give it now, though. You gotta give it up now. I did not think I was gonna be able to push Rush Hour out of that first spot, but when I really sit and think about it, bro, like Rush Hour might be funnier than Lethal Weapon, and like, you know, fight scenes probably better because you got Jackie Chan in there going crazy.
Yeah.
Chris Tucker was dope, but they really paved the way, bro. And
Yeah.
I'm not even I'm not a nostalgic guy, you know this, but they really did pave the way, bro.
Yeah. I mean, there was buddy cop films before that, but they
Sure.
definitely set the standard. You know what I'm saying?
Bro. I mean, Turner and you had your Turner and Hooch and whatever else. You know what I'm saying? What was the other one? I don't know if you want to count Miami Vice as a TV show, but it existed.
You know, but I actually looked that up the other day, and I forget which film was actually like the first buddy cop film, but it went back a little bit. It's just that obviously Lethal Weapon like revolutionized the entire genre, right?
It really set it up like, yo, this is a viable option right here.
Yeah, to be able to make a bunch of money too, and it was it was like really a vehicle too for like those two people to
100%.
They really hit another
became legends. Yeah, they really struck gold. They struck gold with those two roles for sure.
Charles Austin says in this order: Lethal Weapon, Bad Boys, Rush Hour, then Beverly Hills Cop. Man, honestly, I might have to go Bad Boys number 1 and then Lethal Weapon. Man,
whoa, I can't fight that, but Charles, I'm with you.
Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing for me. Bad Boys 1, bro, is an absolute classic. Like
it is,
right?
It is,
and then.
We wanted to be Will back then, bro.
Oh, nah, 100%, bro.
We wanted to be, bro.
There was no ifs, ands, or buts. There was no like, nah.
He was the freshest dude on. Let me knock this out real quick. Everybody, throw y'all ranks in the chat too, so because we gonna run through that. But bro, he was the freshest dude on TV.
Yep.
Only rivaled by 2 other people, Marlon Wayans. Because Marlon was always super fresh on the Wayans brothers on the low.
Yep.
And then Martin.
Yeah.
Martin had a fresh pair of J's on
J's
in
every
every episode.
Facts.
If you ain't catch him in some J's, he'd have on some up tempos, some polo boots, some Nike boots. You know what I mean? He was stepping. He had a fresh cut at all times. He was stepping. So this is two of the freshest dudes on TV, right? Martin is the funniest. He's the funniest comedian out aside from Eddie Murphy, who's just about to take his hiatus. This is different. This is different timing, just to set the stage for Bad Boys 1. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Nah, man. Bad Boys 1 was like a classic, man. Classic. Like everything about that film, from fucking Taya Leone to the villain, the dude, what's his name? Fuse or whatever.
Fuse.
Yeah. And that gun that he had at the end.
My goodness.
With the four holes or whatever.
Goodness. It was
barrels,
bro.
Like
the quad barrels.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah,
like it
bro.
was, dude, it was like multiple scenes, bro. Like the chase scenes was off the chain. It was just like Michael Bay.
Man. I wanted a Porsche. I got a Porsche for that reason.
Right.
Let me not even say I wanted one. I owned one for that reason.
I'm like, bro,
literally,
you came front, bro. Like I was
you
like,
know,
yeah.
I'm Mike Lowry in that thing.
For sure.
I got my SUV that my low key whoop that I move around and do whatever, because I'm definitely a dad out here, and I got my daughter has stuff that needs to be carried.
You know, facts.
It needs to be carted around, but I definitely am Mike Lowry when I'm in that thing.
Hey, facts, right?
So
yeah, bro. And so you had all that with the first one,
mm-hmm.
and then the second one, bro,
they drop a straight banger.
Just kind of blew it out of the water,
mm-hmm.
right?
They dropped Graduation with the second one for sure,
right? And then you come back all these years later, you have a solid installment,
mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
With 3, right? But then now you possibly like have what could arguably be like the best movie in the franchise in 4. So I don't know, man. Which is kind of what almost happened with Lethal Weapon, which is why it's acting so crazy. Is they're actually very, very similar.
Because I love Lethal Weapon 1. I do.
Yeah.
It's a classic. Yeah. But Lethal Weapon 2 is better.
Yeah,
it is.
But was 2 better than 3? Yes.
I don't. Probably, but it's not not far off. No, they're not. None of 4 is not better than any of them. 4 is the lowest one on the list. Let me get that out the way.
I don't know.
Right
4
now.
Was fire though.
It was, but it's not better than 3.
One was fire, bro.
It's not better than 3. It's not. I know 3 is the lowest on your list, and I know that. So I'm just gonna get that out. I know this. I know this. You know what I mean? But
Tango and Cash, bro.
Fire.
That's
fire. I mentioned that.
What about Stop
Sin Havoc?
2 Guns?
No, bro. No,
Point Break?
bro. Point Break.
Yeah.
Oh, what a movie, bro. Me and my grandfather used to watch Point Break, bro.
Bruh, I've told that story on stream. I used to like be running around the house like with a backpack in a sheet, trying to like jump off and act like I was parachute.
No, bro. You wanted to parachute. You wanted a parachute. I wanted a grappling hook, bro. I wanted to be able to and then latch on and then swing through. You remember Commando, right?
Yeah. Well, I was talking about from Point Break, though.
I know. You were talking about
from Commando.
You tapped into a childhood memory, so now everybody has to hear about it. In Commando, bro. After his daughter gets taken and he's riding around with the old girl with the curly hair who I had a huge crush on, by the way. Huge crush on. She was so fine in that movie. Somebody looked at her.
Radon Chong, I think that's
wow. You're
Tommy Chong's daughter.
Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, we would have got along so well. Anywho, he riding around in the yellow. He just about to steal the yellow Porsche. Another one.
You ain't know I knew that, did you?
I
You ain't
did.
know I knew.
I didn't. That's why I said, "Oh my god," because you're ridiculous for that. But that was fire. But you're ridiculous for that. But bro, there's a scene in there where they have all these like blow up things in the mall, and he just whooping ass in the mall, giving people putazos. You feel me? And Fo jumps off the banister and swings down the thing, bro. I've been walking through malls and just like, is there anything I can jump off from the third and swing down on?
Yeah,
Seriously, man.
definitely a classic
Action
mall
movies,
scene.
man. Action movies have shaped our lives.
Definitely a classic mall scene. That is actually the perfect segue, because the next fucking topic was action. You know what I'm saying? Where I thought that the action in this film was hitting, man. It had a lot of scenes, bro, that I think really like rivaled a lot of the set pieces throughout the entire franchise. How did you feel about the action in this film, bro?
Yeah, bro. I mean, we know Michael Bay this is like his magnum opus, you know what I mean? Every single time this is the big crescendo, right? He's always on it with the actions, the big set pieces. Definitely not afraid to
He
dive
just
into the
produced this one
budget.
though. You know what I'm saying? This was still directed by the guys that did 3, I think.
Well, I'm sure some great direction and was used on his part, and I'm sure they took a lot of input from him in terms of the action scenes.
Oh, 100%.
At least it feels like it. You know what I mean? You might even see him in this film. You know what I mean? But like he made they make great decisions, bro. And I worry sometimes as we see as dudes get older a bit, and then they're doing these action scenes in films. I worry sometimes that
looking
there'll be
believable.
drop off, or
Yeah.
that there'll be drop off, right? And then how are you gonna play into that drop off? You know what I mean? Because it's doable. You know what I mean? You could definitely play into that, and then and then have them come out on the other side of that for whatever reason, in whatever way. But nevertheless, man, they did a great job in this film. Without giving away any spoilers, like they really, really killed it. They really killed it. If you liked any of the Bad Boys movies, like they in that bag.
For sure, right? And Geek Defense said, wasn't this movie the same director as Batgirl? And that is true. I don't want to try because I will butcher their names, man. But I'll really butcher their names. But yes, and actually Leon and I was talking about that because the Batgirl movie was apparently so unwatchable that WBD said that they were going to use it as a tax write-off. And it was like, man, is it, and like never release it, right? So seeing this film, I was like, bro, there's no way that movie could have been that bad, bro. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? It's just WBD trying to throw some people up under the bus. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
Yeah, they're over there shuffling some money around and trying to blame the directors. Hey, it was unwatchable, y'all.
I'm telling you, they be trying to treat people like Cold Crush,
right? But also the pacing of the action scenes. I really wanted to bring this topic up because I feel like things really got almost elevated in a certain way, man. Like the Reggie scene is like one of the best action scenes out of the entire franchise. I was in the theater going crazy, and like it was really just out of the blue. You didn't really expect it to happen. You know what I'm saying? But it like really made sense, you know?
Yeah, man. Every cameo was right on point. I didn't know how much.
We got to get into cameos yet. Don't get into cameos yet.
No. Fair enough.
Yeah,
I just didn't know how much of that I needed to see. But man, they did such a great job with that. The movie flowed so well. You know what I mean? That's one thing I really wanted to talk about, the lack of drop off, whether that was in between action scenes or investigative scenes, exploratory stuff. Like it all flowed so well.
Yeah.
It all flowed so well, bro. There was no drop off. But I would agree that that's the best action scene. I would agree.
Yeah, that's one of the best action scenes in the entire franchise. Right up there with the Bad Boys 2, like with that chase scene with the Hummer. You know what I'm saying? Which that was
Which
like
was
that was
nuts. especially for the time. Especially at the time period.
Right.
For
Actually,
sure.
Bad Boys 2 had two of them because they had the freeway chase scene and then they had the one at the end with the Hummer. So yeah,
I think the freeway chase might have been even better.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but that just goes to show that this movie, it ain't no slouch in terms of action. They got one of the best action set pieces throughout the entire franchise in here. And yo, I just really really wanted to kind of harp on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I urge everybody to get out and see the film, especially see it in theaters too.
Yep, absolutely. But now that you're already going to kind of be touching on that, the callbacks, man, this movie had a lot of callbacks, bro. And you see a lot of the characters from the entire franchise. You see them in different ways. They're still there, you know. There are certain things that kind of happen where you see that some older characters are kind of being removed, but they're bringing other newer characters in that kind of still fit that same almost mold, right? But at the same time, yeah, like stuff like that is gonna happen with a franchise that has spanned like this long. But I think that it was done in like a really, really tasteful way. And just a lot of the cameos, and I think I already kind of said it on stream, so the cat's kind of out of the bag. But Michael Bay makes a cameo in this film.
Yep.
Right, like there's just, I mean, it's just all kind of stuff that's there for the fans of this franchise, and it just really goes to show that when you know, it's almost like fan service done right, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was like you could tell it was a pure and well executed attempt at just giving the people what they wanted.
Yeah, right.
You know
like
what I mean?
We ain't giving, and that was something else that I saw that was kind of
which, what a way to succeed, by the way.
Right. No, I was about to say that that was also one of the reasons why I saw that people seem to be getting upset. They seem to be mad that it wasn't as woke as they thought that it should have been. Right. And it's like, bro, like we can't just get a normal movie like with none of that, and it's just fan service, and we getting to see some shit blow up and some cool,
they have plenty of options.
There's some cool Miami vibes, right? Like
there are plenty of options.
You know what I'm saying?
There are plenty of choices if that's the direction of a film that you would like to enjoy. You know what I mean? And shouts out to them good folk.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Because we want them to come and support, and we want them to come and support our films as well. You know what I mean? Or films that we enjoy as well.
Yep. And Charles said that Reggie scene had my theater going crazy, bro. Mine too.
Facts.
Mine too, bro. He's like saying, nah, they was going wild, bro. Shit, I was going wild. You know what I'm saying? Because I was kind of proud, because y'all know my background. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was dope that it's like, yeah, we got some military motherfuckers. Yeah, yes. Hey, see, that's what we would do, bro. Bruh, hey, you see how quick? You see how quick, bro? We got.
You better knock it off, bro.
Hey,
he was in there slide canceling,
bro. Just know, all you got to do is hit me and say, bro, you got incoming, and it's a wrap, bro. I just got back from deployment. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, hey. We got Hey, tell me that shit wasn't funny as hell, bro.
Bro, that shit was fire. That shit was fire.
He said, shout out to Babe for going against the haters, for sure.
Yeah, man.
Nah, his imprint is definitely on this film. He is a producer on it still. So I'm sure that he still has some say in how this gets made. And yeah,
For
sure. Shout out to the cool table, bro. Y'all is not letting this die, bro. Shout out to
the cool table.
We got GDI saying people saying the movie needs to be woke because the leads are black. So start defining people's entire identity based on skin color. That's crazy. Nah,
but that is what they would have us reduce this thing to, right?
Yeah.
They would have us reduce people who are incredibly complex and all have different likes and interests and skills and talents and all these things, belief systems and what have you, sexual orientations. They would rather reduce you to a skin color or a sexual orientation.
Yeah, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just got to be one of those two, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Got
100%. 100%. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's like it's like come into society, walk underneath the scanner, bing, get placed, get placed, get placed wherever you're supposed to get placed, and then like this is the entertainment that we're gonna feed you, and this is the entertainment that we're gonna feed you, and you're gonna like it. And based on whatever you like and following on any social pages, we're gonna flood information in there. It's like, oh, you should, based on what you like, then you should like this.
People who
And
like this also like
like this. Buy clothes like this. Don't you want to dress like him / her /
Right.
them?
Hey.
Respectfully.
It's absolutely true, man. But this film shied away from all that, and it's funny because another film that really did that and stood up to what people were saying was Top Gun 2. Right? Because that took a lot of that and a whole lot of that out, and they ended up making over $1 billion. So it seems like when you give people what they want, instead of trying to preach to them and tell them what they should want, you can gain a lot more good faith with your audience and earn a lot more in terms of revenue as well.
Yeah, as open and free as the world is / seems to be, I think it's a difficult concept sometimes for people to realize how curated that the information that they receive is, right?
Yeah.
Curated in part by them, algorithms, absolutely. In part by them, and then in part by algorithms, right? And much like if you follow sports at all, they brought in analytics, which analytics are helpful. They're helpful in terms of understanding tendencies and understanding percentages and how you want to operate to a certain degree, but they don't tell an entire story. You can't just look at a piece of paper and look at numbers and ticks and lines and colored in boxes and checked off boxes. And then the ones with the X's and them mean this, that you can't reduce people down to that. Right.
Yeah.
But that is in a lot of ways is how how information is curated and then given to you.
Yep.
Right. You receive your political opinions that way.
This is what Metal Gear Solid 2 was talking about.
I'm trying to tell you.
All that time ago.
The GOAT video game. The GOAT video game franchise, in my opinion, bro. It's not Call of Duty. It ain't Madden. It ain't 2K. It's Metal Gear, bro. But just to wrap that up, your political opinions, your social opinions, your clothing choices, your all of this stuff, bro. Your opinion on social matters and the matters of famous people, which are people who don't matter, just like nobody else. They matter just as much as anybody else. They're given more power. They're given more influence. They're based on what? Based on their market power. What percentage of the people that follow you on Instagram are willing to invest in a product that you're willing to endorse?
Yep.
You know what I mean? What moves the needle is the same thing that's always moved the needle.
Facts.
Right?
You can't run from it.
And it's color, right? And at one point there we were separated in a lot of ways, and we still are, but more so on the forefront, we were separated by this color, whatever that may be, right? But now it's just green.
Green.
It's
That's it.
still a color, but
If you
it's
got the
just green.
facts. If you got the green, then you all right. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Pull the veil back for you, open up the doors. I'm sure
Yep.
the door is gonna get open
You
for
can
me
get
one day.
whatever, you'll get whatever that anybody else could get, but you just gotta make it to that. You know what I'm saying? So
In the
it's
words of
like,
Dick Gregory, you will get the magic glasses.
facts.
You get to
Hey,
put on the magic glasses, but there are rules.
because once you put them on,
You can't take them off.
Facts.
You can't tell nobody. You can't never tell nobody what you see when you're wearing them.
Yep.
And you can't make nobody believe you neither. That's cold.
Crazy, bro.
That's cold.
Cold as shit. Cold as ice.
Say all that to say as much independent journalism that you can get as possible. As much off of the social media grid that you can get as possible. The more of a more free think that you will actually be able to achieve, and the less group think that you'll be stuck in. And it's not, none of us are immune to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's they've done an incredible job of learning how to inundate us with information, how to pacify us through entertainment and propaganda. Propaganda disguised as entertainment.
Yep. Bro, I was talking about the same thing with the whole Jonathan Majors thing, right? How I thought it was weird that Disney fired this dude from being King, and then right after he goes on this apology interview on ABC, which is owned by Disney. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what's going on? Like, y'all just fired this dude.
Humiliation ritual.
Right? And then you put him on his interview on like a station that y'all own. And pretty much got him begging to get his job back. Like, what are we talking about? Like, bruh, yeah.
Fired and still can't lead a plantation.
Right? Just weird behavior. You know what I'm saying? And then try to make it seem like, oh yeah, well, phase 4 was failing because it came to Conqueror, and not the fact that we just was making all these Disney Plus shows that weren't fucking working. And
he was the best character in any of the Disney Plus shows. I watched them all. So
yeah,
here we go.
He was the best character in Ant-Man and Quantumania.
He was the best character in Loki show.
Yep.
All iterations of him in Loki's show. That was the most fire part of the show. Seeing all different iterations of Kang. Not all, but a bunch of different iterations of Kang.
Yeah. But nah, they blamed him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just weird, man. But I want to move forward to the next topic that I wanted to bring up, because it's something else that really, really kind of struck me in this film, and that was the cinematography, bro. The way that a lot of the scenes were shot, man, it was just it was very, very creative, bro.
I agree.
It was very, very creative, man, and I think that it really helped infuse a lot of like almost like new blood into the franchise. You had that one behind the scenes thing that was going around social media where it was showing Will Smith with the rig on, and it was showing how they kind of was shooting the one kind of like first person scene that we kind of got a hint at. But no, like that scene was crazy in and of itself, and it was a whole bunch of other scenes where the camera work was just incredible, yo. And I really think that they stepped it up, and I think that was one of the biggest improvements over the last film. Was the camera work, man. It really, really did a whole bunch for this movie. And I just kind of wanted to speak towards that. Was it something that you noticed while you were watching it, or how that kind of hit you?
Yeah, I've been noticing this just a bit more in general. And I think I spoke to this before. I'm not exactly sure which film we were talking about when I spoke to this. But there has been like an intention on introducing some shots in a more independent film way. You know what I mean? Shooting a more in like a high budget independent film style to a certain degree for like some shots and angles and set pieces. And I think that that's been done like really, that was done really well in like a few moments. They obviously stayed true to the large big film style.
Michael Bayisms of the
Yeah,
last movies, right?
yeah. For sure. They definitely still stay true to that.
Like you still get that classic Michael Bay shot of them two kind of standing up and the camera coming from behind, and that's the go around, and they're looking. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Right
You
before
get all
something crazy happens, you get the whole shot of them coming from.
yeah.
Sunset, whole situation. No, yeah. So all of that is still there, but I think that introduction of like that independent film style of filming in some angles helps the flow that I was talking about earlier. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really added a lot of energy to the scenes, man, and it kept you kind of on your toes. This was actually the first movie that I ever saw in the D box, which is the thing where like the seats kind of move with the thing.
Yeah, it's fire.
That was dope, you know.
It's really for action films, and then sometimes horror movies is kind of cool.
Yeah, it was actually my first time trying that out, so that was cool as well. But I just really wanted to speak to the cinematography because I thought that they did a great job of that, and it should be highlighted. Future installments, bro. Do you feel like this was the end of the Bad Boys franchise, or do you feel like they kind of left room for there to be a Bad Boys 5?
I do think there's room for there to be a Bad Boys 5. I think that you have to be even more creative with the role that they're in. You know what I mean? Without giving away too much, there is a decent amount of finality. You know what I mean? At the very least, to what we've been dealing with over this, not the entire time, but a large portion of the franchise. So there's just gonna have to do a switch up, but there is enough there for sure. I think the box office numbers and stuff indicate that as well, that there's definitely still enough there. Yeah, and the movie deserves more promotion.
Yeah, I think that they did a decent job of setting it up to be okay. If this is the last one, then that's cool. But I 100% think that there's gonna be a Bad Boys 5, yo. I think that with the amount of money that this movie's making, but not only that, just with the excitement around certain characters now, and how they kind of ended it off, this might be a little bit out of context, but like this scene right here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that by the time that people get to this scene right here, bro,
boys a go.
They might be wanting, bro. I think that Marcus and Mike will for sure be back, 100%, Joe.
That dude was a goat.
Right.
I promise. He killed that. He really did. He truly did kill that, man.
He said,
I did not see that coming.
Talking about that Reggie and Armando spinoff. Hey, we might get that.
You might. Hey, that is a great point. I didn't even think of that.
Right. Hey, and then you can have them in the movie still, and they just playing you know what I'm saying, like the elder statesman, like they can go see him and try to get some advice or something. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know whose production company did this movie?
I think it's Columbia, which is under Sony, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I know Sony. I
I
know Sony
think
was
it's
involved
Sony.
before. I know Sony was involved before. I was wondering
Yeah.
if Will did this under his production company.
Oh no, it's definitely an Overbrook thing. Yeah, bro. Will not working on nothing that Overbrook ain't like involved with. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit's in his contract. I'm pretty sure. So yeah.
With that being
at this-
said, then yes, I think there's a 5.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Like if I'm not mistaken, I think at this point, like this might be like mainly a Will Smith thing, bro. Like
no, well, that's what I would assume.
yeah.
Just
That,
like Vin Diesel with the with the whoops.
He said
with the Fast and Furious.
Armando was from 3, right? Yeah. Yes. But nah, yo, because I don't think that he saw 4 yet. Yeah, I think people would show up for a Reggie and Armando spinoff, bro.
I'll pop out.
Because even with their characteristics, like they're completely different, you know, and like,
but both put in work though.
Reggie is such a different character. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much that you could do with him because, like,
thanks.
Not only was that scene dope, but yeah, he just did it in such a way that, like, his movements are different from everybody else's. Like, his mannerisms, bro.
He really just want to sit there and play COD. For real,
right. And yeah, bro. Yeah, I absolutely think that they got at least one more. And why not finish it off at 5? Right.
I'm with it.
Like, you know, that's usually right around the time that these television seasons start ending. You know what I'm saying? 5 seems like a good number, you know. If anything, I'm just mad at the way that they ordered these movies, the titles, because I think 3 should have been called Ride or Die and 4 should have been called Bad Boys for Life. There's no way that they missed out, bro. Like, I don't know how they missed out on that Bad Boys for Life. You know what I'm saying?
I think they felt like, I'm telling you, I think they felt like 3 was going to be the end of it.
100%.
I'm telling you.
Probably made a little bit of money. Or no, actually, Will probably I need something to, like, I need a guaranteed slap.
Facts. Let me go get Mike. Right. Let me go get Mike out the closet, man. Let me go pull Mike Lowry out the closet.
I said, did his sister come back? Are you talking about Gabrielle Union? No, and Gabrielle Union is not in this movie.
We're okay with that.
But first of all, we are, but they do speak to that. No, they don't leave any like stone unturned. Facts. When it comes to like any of the characters, you know what I'm saying? That's like been in the franchise or still alive or whatever. No, like everybody is spoken about. Everybody's accounted for.
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Everybody.
Facts.
Now, let's go ahead and get to the last part of this discussion, the ranking, bro. Where are you ranking this, bro, in terms of the Bad Boys films? And what was your overall thoughts on the movie?
I'll go overall thoughts first. Overall, I have the movie sitting at like, when I rank movies, I kind of rank them within the categories that they sit in, right? Like I can't rank this movie against like Half Baked or something. You know what I'm saying?
Or like Interstellar. You know what I'm saying?
Why would you even mention that movie?
Because it's fire.
That is another conversation for another day. Like we literally sit here for a whole nother hour going over.
Hey, Charles said that if they make 5, it's the longest running buddy cop series.
That's a fact. Hey. Beverly Hills Cop stopped at 4. Lethal Weapon stopped at 4.
Beverly Hills Cop is just getting 4. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So facts.
Let's get it.
Didn't there was a sucky Lethal Weapon series? I'm not counting that. I don't really remember nothing like that.
Oh, hell no.
We're going films, bro.
And if this ain't Danny and Mill, I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really
it
lethal.
was a Lethal Weapon show. It had
It did. It had
no,
some
but it
other
was
people though.
no, it was recent though. It had Damon Wayans' son.
Right. I definitely did not watch that.
Yeah. Okay.
You're not getting
yeah.
a second. You're not getting a second of my time. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah. All right, but go ahead.
It's Danny and Mel or it's nothing. Yeah, no, I in the buddy cop films, like litany of buddy cop films, I have this like ranking at like an 8.9, which for me is really, really high. Off of, and mind you, this is off of one watch. I have it sitting at an 8.9. I think the action was perfect. I think the acting was great. I think everybody did a good job. The callbacks were perfect. Everybody was right where they were supposed to be, bro. I think them introducing that that independent style of film to help with the flow a little bit was perfect. I think the writing was great. So yeah, I have this one sitting at like an 8.9. It is number two because I have number 2 sitting at a 9. With one coming in third, and obviously the third one being the last one. Although I did still like it. The third one pulling up the 4th slot.
For sure. Yeah, yeah, it's hard, man. Like, I want to put this one ahead of number 2 slightly, but then I think it's a little bit of recency bias.
I feel like I need to watch them both again, bro.
Yeah, man. But part of me wants to say that this is the best one. Like, I'm not even going front.
I know.
Because I had a dope time watching this movie, man. I had a great time watching it, and just seeing these characters and like how their interactions were. Like, I ain't gonna spoil nothing, but it was just funny because like I'm watching this movie and I'm seeing these two dudes, and I'm thinking about me and this dude right here because it's like their relationship was just so similar to me and his. And it was just funny because I'm sitting there and I'm watching this shit and I'm just like, wow, this is incredible. You know what I'm saying? So not only is that happening, but then also
on multiple levels too. And people say a lot.
Yeah.
People like to say like on so many levels. You know what I mean? And in all reality, it's like what levels? But no, this is actually true. On multiple levels too.
Right. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what? Just like fucking whatever. But like this film, bro, it just hit a little different, man. Seeing them having brought everybody back, and just the way that even somebody like Fletcher, like you were saying, like how John Sally came back, and seeing him, Joe Pantoliano is like we're still in there as the captain, you know, and it just had all these things in it. I also felt the vibe of Miami very strong in this film.
Oh, for sure.
And just with all the new cinematography stuff and everything, I really do want to put this ahead of number 2. I don't know if I'm just being, you know, a bit biased because I just saw it. But that shows how great that this film is, man. I feel like it's neck and neck. If I had to pick, I would say 2 is still like a slight edge. But I definitely have to see this film again.
Yeah.
And it could be the best. It could be because that Reggie scene, just because y'all don't know, like that scene has been coming like for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just multiple ways that this movie kind of pays off certain things that have been, you know, kind of
lying in wait, bro.
Yeah. They've been seeded long ago, you know, and the Reggie scene was probably like the best example of that. That was actually like one of my favorite scenes in a movie theater recently. Like that's rivaled some moments like in like comic book movies and stuff. Like it really had the entire theater like
yeah. No, yeah, it was lit. It was turned.
You know what I'm saying? So Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, but yo, that's how we feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all put y'all last questions and comments down at the bottom. Put y'all rankings in the chat.
Facts.
You know, we are about to start shutting this thing all down, man. But yo, just all in all, man, how are you feeling, bro? Being here, having these discussions, you dig, talking about Bad Boys, and just how does it feel having something that's part of like our culture, just kind of being in the zeitgeist and making money right now? How's that feel?
I mean, this one hits home on a few different levels, right? Obviously, like you brought up the nostalgia thing. I'm not huge on it, but this one hits a little bit different. You know what I mean? I touched on this earlier. We wanted to be Will.
Yeah.
I don't want to get that misconstrued and thrown off just because people have been coming at him or whatever, but we wanted to be Will. Wanted to dress
Yeah.
just like Will. Will had all of the ladies. You know what I mean? Will was always fly. Will could hoop. It was lit. It was lit. His
Crazy.
uncle had bread. They lived in Bel Air. I'm from LA. I know exactly where that is. So
Facts.
I mean, we really, really wanted to be him. So I needed to, and I didn't know I did, but I really needed to see him as a hero of mine from film and television and what have you. Just from the imagery side of it, it was great to see him in his old role. You know what I mean?
Even the whole aspect of how the thing was with him getting married, like when they were giving their vows or whatever, it just hit different because you know about everything that be going on with this dude's like
Facts.
relationship, and it just
They don't let you forget it either.
yeah, but it almost made you feel better for him in that aspect because it was almost like he was getting what he really deserved in the film, right? Which was a chick that was gonna be like a writer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It was
Right.
just
Nah,
kind of
man.
weird, bro.
Multiple levels, dude. So there's that, right? Then it's just a nostalgic film for all of us. You know what I mean? They playing with Martin on the health vibe. He's coming out saying that he's totally fine health wise, and whether he is or isn't, it's up to him to decide whether or not his health information gets disclosed and how he's doing and whatever. If nobody was on Chadwick Boseman's ass telling him like, "Hey, let's put this information out about this man," if we have it, whether or not he's out here saying like, "Look, I'm fine" or not, then we should be giving Mike Martin the same grace. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad to see him in a role, and he looked healthy during the filming of the movie.
Apparently, he said that he had a stroke before, but that he's doing better now. You know what I'm saying? And actually, like him getting back into this stuff is like what's been, you know what I'm saying? Like he's actually been doing a whole lot better.
I'm sure, bro. I'm sure
dig?
sitting in a house, doing nothing, eating, clogged arteries, just lounging off the bread, lifting his feet up while the lady come and vacuum underneath him, get the Cheeto crumbs from underneath him, and then he needed to get out and do something and have a reason to be healthy and be with his homie and somebody who was healthy. The power of the bros.
Yeah,
he had to lock back in with the bro and go make a few M's.
Yep.
Get his health looked at. Okay, we got to fix this. Let's jump on that.
Yeah.
So it was good to see all of them, and they just did a great job with the movie. Like I honestly would have been comfortable seeing another number 3. You know what I mean? I would have been cool.
Yeah.
I'd have went in there. I'd have been like, yeah, it was straight. I had a good time. I'll watch it again because I will watch 3 again. You know what I mean? But that's not what this is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of like keeping a series going and like having a movie come out 10, 15 years later or whatever, you know what I mean? Like from the best film, having such a large gap from the best film, like this is really that. You know what I mean? Like this is really that. Think of Coming to America and then Coming to America 2. That huge gap in between the films, that large cultural difference just in the way that people operate when the films came out versus right now, jokes you could tell versus jokes you can't, attempting to toe that line, which is an unfortunate thing to have to do. But you know, they did a great job of it, bro. They did a great job of it.
Also, too, because you were speaking about cultural differences and stuff. I mean, like, so often you see films that might be held in high regard, like, let's say, like, some of these like black comedies. Like, I was just kind of speaking to how the other day when we were talking about Harlem Nights, and I brought up how I think Harlem Nights on Rotten Tomatoes has like a 30% or like something, and it's like, yo, like, you just see stuff like that, and it's like, it's crazy, because if you're to ask like anybody from like our culture, like, yo, what's Harlem Nights funny back then, I guarantee you would have got a lot more than 30% of motherfuckers talking about Harlem Nights was a classic, right?
Bro.
But yet,
That's one of the best. That's one of the best comedies of all time, bro.
Ever, right? And then
Too many quotables. Like, it was too good. It's Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy and every great comedian of the time.
Yeah.
Like, man, Arsenio, Della Reese. Please, man, please.
Crazy, right? But
Fred Sanford. Come on, man.
Yeah. And it's like, now you see something where you have another thing from our culture that's kind of like going and being popular once again. You have people trying to kind of stamp on that, and it's just funny. Like, it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are gonna want to go see this movie. People are gonna want to go see Will Smith. People like Bad Boys. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like a cultural thing. So I think that kind of overrides a lot of this woke stuff that they be trying to push, because, you know, we're gonna show up and see some of these movies for sure.
Amen. Do not become a product of the bubble.
Yep.
Do not let the bubble of information that they're trying to surround and inundate you with be what drives you. Remain a free thinker. Remain an information seeker. Continue to try and educate yourself and continue to try and think logically. You know what you want. That's not difficult. You know what I mean?
See, that's insane. Makes me want to watch it. Yeah, you didn't shot me in my pinky toe. You know what I'm saying? Yo.
Okay. Oh, you gonna shoot me in my pinky toe? Well, here it is. Go ahead, quick shoot. Take your best shot. I will blow that nasty motherfucker off. Put the razor away. Come on, man. Stop playing with me.
Hey, yo, we about to get on out of here, man. We're gonna be at y'all soon. Yo, you got anything coming up that you want to let the people know about before we get on out of here, bro?
Yeah, man. That NBA playoffs. I can't believe they came back. I actually have a video breaking down exactly what happened.
Quick then accuse me of stealing. Right? Bishop knows what's up.
Now I got to kick his ass. Come on out here. The home, sugar. The home, sugar. The home. But no, I have a video coming out on my channel. Should be coming out tomorrow of just explaining what's different about that Dallas series, or what happened in Game 4 versus the way that Dallas has been running. Me and Sky have been talking a bit about how Jason Kidd hasn't really been making any real adjustments. Now, granted, his main player got hurt, but there haven't been many real adjustments being made. There were some major adjustments made. I think there were some mistakes made by Boston, but I'm gonna break all that down in video. Then, obviously, when the game is over on Monday, me and Sky will be jumping on and breaking down what we saw and what happened. We'll probably reference that video and at the very least talk about who messed up and who didn't. But that's the next time you'll see me. Until another night shift, you did.
You did. Yo, appreciate you being here as always, bro.
You know
it's a
that.
pleasure being able to have these conversations with you. You dig?
Yes, sir.
And yes, as for myself, y'all will actually be seeing me very soon. I got a bunch of stuff coming. They popping fireworks and shit. outside. We getting close to the 4th of July in LA. As soon as you start getting close to the 4th, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like
for another week and a half after
June, bro, from June till like middle of July. Yeah, it's gonna be fireworks season. You know what I'm saying? So
every single night.
We definitely gonna be tapping in with y'all. The Syndicate Network got a lot of stuff coming. Shouts out to the voice of the Syndicate Network too, who y'all been hearing at the end of these intros. You know what I'm saying? Y'all should have seen Stino's face, because I got to see his reaction when he heard that part, and that was pretty dope.
That was hard.
But yeah, we will be back soon, man. We got a whole bunch of stuff on the horizon. Y'all already know what's up. Tune in to the homies and everybody platform that is connected and surrounding the Syndicate Network. We got a bunch of stuff coming for y'all in the future. So we're gonna catch y'all next time. And y'all have a good one. Peace.
You already. Sure.
And have it rebroadcast as emergency PA. Document into the internet. I repeat, do not.
Grant? But I'm taking command of the Endurance. And then we can talk about completing the mission.
Dr. Mann, listen to me.
This is not about my life or Cooper's life. This is about all mankind. There is a moment.
See, what we call God depends upon our tribe, Clark Joe. Because God is tribal. God takes sides. No man in the sky intervened when I was a boy to deliver me from Daddy's fist and abominations. I figured out way back. God is all powerful. He cannot be all good.
Something, isn't it? We men of Kansas live on a pancake, so we come to the mountains. All downhill from here, down to the floodplain, where I'm at the bottom of the world. I remember one season when water came bad. I couldn't have been 12. Dad had out the shovels and we went at it all night. We worked till I think I fainted. We managed to stop the water. We saved the farm. My grandma baked me a cake. Said I was a hero. Later that day we found out. We blocked the water all right. We sent it upstream. All night water washed away. While I ate my hero cake, their horses were around. I used to hear them whining in my sleep. Did the nightmares ever stop? Yeah. When I met your mother, she gave me faith that there's good in this world. She was my world.
Thank you for joining the Syndicate Network and welcome to Night Shift with Skywalker and Stino.